Hey guys, Monday morning and it's time to ship. Of course, Monday is the big shipping day. Got 32 items to ship. What I'm going to do, I'll show you the items that sold and what I bought them for and how to sell them and also how to ship them. And the first thing we've got is a Gitzo tripod, and that's this big tripod over here. So what happened? Got it at the swap meet. I got the tripod, which is an old Gitzo, and I got the head. I took the head off. Sell the head separately because they don't have to go together. You can sell them together if you want, but it was a Bogan head. But there's no name on the tripod that everybody saw, but I know it's a Gitzo, and the name is under. The name is up under here, and it's in RA4. So I bought the tripod and the head for $30. So I haven't sold the head yet, but the tripod sold $240. So good profit on that one. And I'm going to show you how to ship it. Now, what happens when, so I would rather ship one of these than this because it's so big. But what happens with eBay now and at the swap meet at the state sales is that there's so much competition. I'd rather sell small stuff, but you have to sell big stuff and you still make money because there's not as much competition after the big items. So it's just kind of what's happened. I'm a full-timer. I've been doing it for almost 21 years now almost. And you just need to widen your horizon. If you're doing it full-time like I am, that's kind of something that you might want to look at doing. Look at bigger items, and hey, there's good profit in this one. Almost $220 profit, and I still have the head to sell too. And I think I have it up for 150 or somewhere in there. So good profit. So let me show you how to pack it. As far as boxes go, as far as I have found, the very best boxes, Home Depot and Lowe's, the shipping boxes. And not shipping, the moving boxes. And what happens, you just make your own box, and pretty soon you get good at it. Everybody go, how do you make your own box? I'll show you how to make your own box. You watch. So when we pack a tripod, the only parts that are going to hit the box is up here and down here at the bottom. So that's all we need to do. And one of the things about packing, you don't have to use, a lot of people use the whole thing like this. So you don't need to do that. It's only going to hit right here anyway. So just double it. You just double it over like this. Just double it over, and you have both of the poppy sides out, and wrap it around. Another thing, use the masking tape, because don't use packing tape on this, because what's going to happen, the customer can't see it and they got to cut it in order to get it off. Use masking tape that they can see and they can take it off very easily. Makes definitely for a better customer experience for sure. As far as the bubbles go, there's a place near me, it's called Serval. It's a wholesale packing place. They have boxes and stuff, but the boxes are too expensive. But you can get a giant 700-foot roll of packing material for about $39. So it's okay. You know, you can get it for just slightly less on Amazon, but they get a giant roll for pretty inexpensive. And just put it down on the bottom like this. These are the only places it's going to hit. So, and then now we'll make our box up. Okay, so when we make our box, just get your. I would suggest buying the best knife you can buy, the most expensive one. This one, it opens up and you can store your blades and stuff in here. Because you use it all the time. I use this thing every day. I ship every day, of course. If you're a serious seller, you're going to ship every day. But cut along the seams. I usually put it on the table, but the table's full of stuff. So, and then put it down like this. Now usually, thing, Dan. So now we know with FedEx, well, actually FedEx, USPS, and UPS, they all, the size of the box matters. If the box gets too big, it goes by dimensional weight. So we always want to make the box as small as possible. Of course, it needs to protect the item, but this thing's not going to break anyway. So you just take and you put it up like this, and you put your hand here, and you make the box. So the box is going to come here like this, make another fold, and we've got our box. So we just rolled the tripod in the box, and we'll tape usually tape the ends to hold everything together. Of course, I use eBay tape because it's so cheap. If you have a store, you're serious, and you should have. eBay tape, in my opinion, is the best deal. Much more than the boxes or anything, because you get so much tape and you get it so cheap. So just, when you get this point, you just use your knife and make it so you can fold the sides in. And when you fold the sides in, the easiest way to do it, cut it and then put it out like this against the table. So very quickly. You have the end of your So all of mine, I use a packing list. You know, I think everybody should use one. I use 6-bit software for my listing program. I can print out everything very quickly, and when I list, it goes very quickly. Also, I just cut out the address. You don't have to. And people go, "Why do you have 2 addresses?" Well, if it gets lost, or if the other label gets messed up, people can always see this label. I know that I know who it goes to when I write down all my numbers. Doesn't have to be perfect, but pretty good. There we go. We have our tripod all packed up. And for me right now, at this time, it's October 2021, and the cheapest way, or the most inexpensive way to ship is by UPS on stamps.com. So we've got 7, 8, 35. 7, 8, 35. 12 pounds. 12 pounds. So that's one down and 31 more to go. But luckily, a lot of the stuff I always do. Brian Tracy is one of the guys I've listened to. It's kind of a success person, and he has this saying called "eat the frog first." Well, eat the frog first means do all your hardest stuff first. So when I ship, I do all this hardest stuff for. Actually, it goes with all kinds of things in life. yeah, the bad phone call to make the bad phone call first. Do the hardest things first. So when I ship, I do the hardest things first, and then right at the end, I get all the first class stuff, and I'll show you some of that stuff as well. So we'll move to the next one. How you doing, guys? As far as boxes go, the very best deal on boxes is Home Depot and Lowe's. They're moving boxes. So the moving boxes, usually I get these extra smalls. No, not these ones over here. 84 cents for moving box. And you make your own boxes out of the boxes. I've been doing it a long time. Of course, they have all these, and they go up to super large and extra heavy duty and stuff, but best deal by far, beats everybody around. So that's my suggestion on boxes. So also at Home Depot, they have these for 15 bucks, heavy duty paper, or building paper. And you can use that throughout all your books and packages. If it doesn't break, that's the way to go. Okay, so our next item, we have an all-clad pan. So with the all-clad, this is a newer model. It's the MasterChef 2 model. And what's happened, I'm not a cooking person, but what happens is that the cooking shows have spurred on top quality cookware. So new, this pan's like 120 bucks. Today, only $33 sold for. So I didn't make much on this one, but I bought it in a lot of a whole bunch of other ones. I think I paid about 15 bucks for it. So I'm not doing very well on this one here, but that's how it goes. Sometimes you make a bunch, like the last item, the tripod, and sometimes you don't. It's just part of the way it goes, but you learn from your mistakes. So this is not really a mistake. I'm just not making any money. I wouldn't do it again, of course, because you're not making any money, but you learn as you keep going. This should have sold for much more, but it didn't. So anyways, we are going to do the similar thing as last time. The only place it's going to hit here and here. The handle, you're not going to hurt that. So just put a couple pieces of bubble wrap around this front section. Like so. Use your masking tape so you can see that's always doing that. And I use this paper. The paper is super inexpensive. You get a massive amount of paper. It's almost nothing. And it's kind of for looks actually, because it doesn't do anything. You can put it in there by itself. And the same thing with the box as we did before. We're just going to cut the seam of the box. And let's see if I can do it up here. So, yeah, so that doesn't fit like that. But you can certainly make it fit like this. And it's going to be on these seams. And when you're on the seams, it's much easier. Same as before, you just put your hand here like this, put it down, the handle's up here, put it up here like this, box perfect size. A little bit off, but not too much. So I'm going to do it like this. The edges are in a little, but that's okay. Like I said, I cut out the address. You don't ever want to write somebody's address. It's just a waste of time to me. And when you close up the box, you just cut along the seams and it closes up real nice. You might need to cut here. No. Corners, fold them in. This one I need to cut. there we have a custom box. Fits pan perfectly. And you're not going to hurt the pan. So, button. 5, 13, 23. And I almost always put a fraudulent sticker on it. That's just the way it goes. So there's our custom box. Works really good. Okay, so our next item is a Salad Master teapot. I got this at an estate sale. These go together. It goes on top like this. Retail on this thing is like $600 for a teapot, if you can believe it. Almost anything Salad Master. Well, I would say anything Salad Master, even the old stuff. If you can get a good deal on Salad Master stuff, it's fantastic, but the new stuff is so expensive. So I bought this. I think I paid $10 for it. Sold $195. So good profit on this one. And we're going to do the same thing as we did before. We're going to make a box. All these other ones like this, we're making boxes for them. So this can break, so we need to do some bubbles around this. And for me, there's a timing issue. You need to ship fast. Your time is worth money. So make sure to remember that. You don't want to take forever when you're shipping. And as far as the bigger stuff goes, anything that's over, you know, it used to be over 4 pounds, but now it is much less than that. That if it's anything more than, you know, well, 12 by 12 by 12, you know that for sure. But anything more, unless it's really close, this is going to Oregon, you want to ship a UPS. It's just so much less expensive. I'm afraid that the post office is pricing itself out of the market. It's a crazy thing. They're so far in debt, but they're trying to price themselves right out of the market. The prices keep going up all the time. So, make a new box. So this one's not high enough, so we're going to go the other way. Hey Rick, sorry about that, I had a phone call. So you just make the box over. Proceed to cut the ends and make your box. Sometimes you need a little bit of filler, so use the paper filler, put it in the top. And I know I'm going to cut this, so I'll cut it now. sides over and make up the box. Not quite square, but it's fine. Forgot to put the packing list in. So, put it in the corner. Or one of the corners so it'll fit. Pounds, 10, 11, 12. And is it fragile? Of course it's fragile. Almost everything's fragile except for clothes. And there we go. That's the box. Sorry for the boring. So next up we have a Griswold Able Skiver. I never knew this was. It's kind of a dough pancake thing. It's called a Danish pancake Able Skiver from Griswold. Any of the Griswold stuff, you see Griswold on there. And any of the Griswold stuff, if it has a big logo or even a slanted logo, cast iron stuff is good. It was bought out by the other company, Wagnerware. So, but the oldest cast iron stuff is quite good. But when you ship, you got to be very careful because the handle can break. Cast iron is very brittle. If it gets hit hard, it'll break. So I bought this in a lot of stuff. I paid probably $10 to $15 for it, and it sold for $49. So making a little bit. That's with free shipping. So I do all my stuff with free shipping if possible, and so I make a few dollars. But we'll make a box for this one too. But we'll make a box the same way as we did the other ones. So actually I changed my mind. On this one, I decided to go with a flat rate box. So it's $13.85, I think it is now, and it fits in there diagonally quite well. So we're just going to do it like that. So we're going to use a post office flat rate box. It's going to Pennsylvania, so that's a long ways from California. So it might beat the UPS price, but I doubt it. It'd be right in that range. And this one is definitely fragile. So I'll put a few fragile stickers on. Of course, there's a controversy about if you put fragile stickers on your boxes. Heard one guy say that. He put fragile stickers on his boxes, and those are the ones that get broken. Or also eBay tape. I don't know how true that is. I don't know why somebody would not like eBay. They're giving them all kinds of business. Anyways, so that's that item. Okay, so next up we have a Bogan tripod wheel stand. I was hoping it was going to go better. It only sold for $38. I think I paid $10 for it, 10 or 15. So it's okay, but it's kind of hard to ship. So I got to pack it all around here and then roll it up in a box like we did the other ones. So, but it's just the way it goes. So I'd have to call myself an extremely aggressive seller because I only have about 320 items up on eBay, and yet I sell about 15 items a day. And to me, the reason that I sell that much with such low inventory is that I lower my prices twice a week. I lower my price on Tuesdays and Fridays. And we found out, that we know, it happened 3 or 4 years ago, that when you lower your prices, it used to be that eBay would, you lower your price, eBay would send an email out to the people that are watching the item. So if you have 1 or 2 watchers, to send an email out, hey, the price is lowered. But not anymore. Now, if the people even looked at the item, it sends an email to these guys, hey, the price is lowered by 10 bucks, 20 bucks. And are you still interested? So that's what I do. And it's not a race to the bottom. It's what the market will bear. Well, today, this item sells for $38. Oh, I got plus shipping. So $38 plus $13.85 shipping on this item. And that's what the market will bear. I hear people talking about, racing to the bottom. It's not racing to the bottom, in my opinion. It's just what the market will bear. So we're going to make a box just like we did with the other ones, and roll it up in the box. Make it rectangular as much as you can. Put the ends over. And it's always best to put it on the corner like this. And I always make it as square as possible. When I was taking stuff to FedEx one time, they rejected my box because it was a triangle and it wouldn't stack. I don't know if that's part of their policy or what, but so I make it as square as I can. Try to make them happy. I think you should put a packing list in every box myself. It just makes it a little more professional. I mean, the people know that we're just people selling this stuff. We're not a big business or anything. But you need to be professional. Heard the stories about people using some strange boxes to ship stuff, which you wouldn't do a used pizza box or something like that. That's definitely not the way to go. So my item is high, so I want to put a piece over the top of this. So if you need to put an end on your box after you make the box, like this one is, you just, you want to have the label on the bottom side. So you put it up here and just, put 2 corners together. Take your pin and make it roughly where it's going to be. It certainly doesn't have to be perfect. And it's always, you put it inward a little bit. That might be a much. But you can always squeeze it in a little on your boxes. So I start over the corner and go through. I know there's a lot of people that are much more of a perfectionist than I am when it comes to this kind of thing, but your time is worth money. So I would look at it like that. I'm not going to, well, first off, you're not going to run around town trying to looking for a box that's going to fit your item. That is definitely not going to work. You're not making any profit like that. You could certainly be listing or shipping. I mean, we make our money when we buy. So That's where you make your money. I've heard it said, you make your money when you buy. You don't make your money when you list it or when you ship it. You make your money when you buy. And if you can't make any money when you buy, you're either buying it too high or you're not negotiating or something. Because usually we buy our stuff at pennies on the dollar, what it's worth. So I have a friend of mine that buys stuff for me, and I keep telling him, you're paying too much. And I have to negotiate it down to where he's, you know, he buys it and he makes a little bit of profit for me. It was great, I'll take it. But I have to make money on it too. And if it doesn't work, I have to say no. I don't want him to be stuck, and I want him to keep doing it because he's giving me good product. 9, 14. But you have to make it work. And the all-clad cookware, like we were doing a few minutes ago, 9 grams. In the beginning, the prices were super high, but now the prices have dropped off pretty tremendously. But they still sell, but they have to be in perfect condition. So there we go. There's our box. A little bit crooked, but not much. Certainly acceptable. Okay, next up we got a set of flatware. 65 pieces of Mikasa Lucia. I remember I bought it for like, well, I bought it in a big lot of stuff, and then I negotiated. They wanted $50 at first, but then you negotiate for everything, and then, you know, the price comes down accordingly. So when you ship flatware, you can't break it, you know. So I just put the like items together. Soups. And flatware is something that I learned a long time ago, and some of it's good, some of it's just so-so. I've sold a set of flatware like $1,200, and that's certainly good, especially don't pay very much for it. And it's at almost every true estate sale, there's flatware. And the flatware doesn't wear out. It's not like the old days where the people, this all stainless. I still sell silver plated, but it needs to be perfect condition and a good pattern. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So, like I said, you can't break this. Just put them all in their like items and wrap them up with the paper. Now this paper is like the butcher paper, but it's for shipping. They call it craft. And it works really well. And it's super inexpensive. Looks like my wife ordered something from Amazon. So the Amazon truck is here. She gets something every day. It's mine. I ordered a battery charger. So anyways, back to our shipping with flatware. We didn't know the longer ones are called dinner forks, and the other ones are salad forks. The big spoons are soup spoons. The small spoons are teaspoons. This would be a butter knife, like this. this one. These are salads. Put them all together. So I set up my shipping station in the garage because I have to park both of my cars in the garage. But it only takes a couple minutes. You do it, and just a couple minutes later, you're there. Oh, it sold for $75. So that's okay. And when you do, look, good thing about flatware, yeah, it's heavy, but you can stuff it into a padded flat rate envelope. Which the good thing is those babies stretch out pretty good. You get the fork to point inward would be better than pointing outward. I was using some orange masking tape before that's much stickier than this blue stuff. It still works fine, but not as good as it could. And then you just tape it and bring the flat rate envelope. So it weighs about 6 or 7 pounds, but you can put it in a flat rate envelope really easy. And if it fits, it ships. And I cut out my little address tags and put on my own, so I just print them out on big sheets and just cut them out. So, and there we go. Flat rate. It weighs, I'll tell you how much it weighs. 9 pounds. And you get to ship it for $8. When I started, that was $2.10. $2.80, that's what it was. $2.80. So we have more flatware, 28 pieces of Oneida for $29. So that didn't go very good. I think I paid $20 for it, so I'm losing money on this one. But that's the way it goes. The same thing as before, you learn as you go. So, okay, so next up we have a Ruger stock. So gun parts are kind of a weird thing. You can sell the parts in the United States only. This is a new old stock, Ruger stock, brand new. And when I looked it up at the estate sale, I got in the estate sale, I think I paid another thing. I've had a whole pile of stuff, and then I negotiated it down. I think the price was $35 on it, and probably got it for about $20. It sold $69, which is okay. When I looked it up, there was one on there that sold for like $250. But if nobody's looking for it, you lower the price. Sells for $69. It's fine with me. Still making some money. Easy to ship. Now, when you have a box like this, the box means a lot to the customer. So you can't just put a label on the box. So you gotta wrap the box. So we're going to have the cardboard from the tripod that we did. So we're going to wrap this box in that tripod, make another own box around this one. So, piece of cake. Okay, next up, cake pan. How much do you think that should go for? Just a regular stainless steel cake pan. But since it says Salad Master, I think it's backwards, but it says Salad Master on the back, $59. So that's pretty good. I only paid probably $5 for it. I bought in a big lot of stuff. but I paid hardly anything for it. So, but since it says that, USA made and full stainless steel, $59. So, it's going to Texas. We'll see if I can fit it into a regional rate A, but if not, we'll see. I might make a box for it. It's so easy. We'll see how it goes. So next up, we have a authentic Vietnam flight jacket. The guy, I was in an estate sale, and the guy was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. He had all this, you can tell it has this type of a tag. There's a tag like this on it. Anyways, they had all kinds of military stuff. I sold, sold some sunglasses, some American Optical sunglasses, flight sunglasses. The pilots, they were issued to the pilots, and actually, when you ship stuff with zippers like this, open up the zippers because you don't want to, because you're going to fold the jacket. You don't want to fold the zipper with it. Anyways, American Optical sunglasses. I think it's sold for $300 for a pair of sunglasses you buy for $1. So that works good. This one I bought it. I think I had a big giant lot of stuff and I negotiated it all, and I probably paid $20 and it sold for $75. So it's okay. It works good. And we'll just, I think I'll put this in a regional rate envelope. It's going to Oregon. So it's easy. So no problem there. Sorry about that. Regional rate A box. This is the one. The A, if this is close to you, the A is the way to go. So when you do clothes, I put them in a plastic bag like this. And you just be pretty surprised how much you can get into the box. I mean, if it's a down jacket or something like that, they really stretch good. I mean, they can press down to nothing. But when you put it in a plastic bag like this, it slides in really easy. So it looks good, and you just don't want to put it in there without anything. That wouldn't be good. I always tape these. I wouldn't trust their little stickiness on the top of them. So the military market's always done pretty well. There's definitely good military things out there. So regional rate A box, going to Oregon, no problem. When I was young, I was a welder for about 7 years, and we did all kinds of welding in a small shop. And this is called a cant twist clamp. It's like a super clamp, really, really good. And it's generally known as a welding clamp, but this one has soft pads up on here. So bought it for $5, sold for $26, and you can ship that in a padded flat rate envelope because you can't break it. So easy one there. So next up we have a lot of 16 fishing lures, irons. So these are the irons. I'm not going to take them out of the bag because they're all hooked together. So what happened, so I got all these type of jigs, iron jigs and stuff. Got hooks and everything like this. So they're out here in California, that's what we use to catch barracuda, bonitas, all kinds of fish will bite on that. Anyways, I'm a fisherman, and I know about this, but I got these. I bought a big giant tackle box. I bought a big tackle box for, I think it was $30. Big giant one. It had all these lures, a whole bunch of other lures, a whole bunch of hooks. So I took these lures. I got a lot of 16, sold for $130. So that's good. And I have all the other ones to go as well. So what I'll do with this is I'll just, because they have hooks on them and stuff, I'll just bubble them up really good. And put them in a flat rate envelope. So you sell for $8. Goes for $8. It's only going to California, but that's fine. So next up we have a set of Oneida flatware, 44 pieces in the fancy Mozart pattern. Fancier pattern usually are better. So really nice. Well, one thing about the Oneida flatware, if it has a little cube on the back, it's definitely good. You need to get those. You could usually just feel it by picking up. This set does not, even though it is a fancy pattern. So 44 pieces went for $115. And I probably paid $20 for it at an estate sale. So that certainly works. And we'll just wrap it up like I did the other one and put it into a padded flat rate envelope. So next item, I've gone to the easier stuff now. It's now that the frog is eaten. But there's some controversy about what number do you not sell anything under. So this is a lens hood for a Nikon lens. It's for a 50mm 1.4 lens. It's the original Japan-made metal lens hood. And I got it for essentially nothing because it was in a camera bag full of lenses and cameras and stuff that I bought together. But I bought it for the camera, but the lens hood sold for $19. So my theory, as long as it's easy to store and pack and ship, I would say go ahead and do it. Even if you paid $1 for it, it's $18. You have a little bit of fees, and it's going to ship for $3.50 or something. So you're still making some money. You just put it, you just pack it up. It's not going to break. You can't break it. It's very strong, and you just put it in an envelope and ship it out. So I have no problem shipping even items that are low priced, as long as they're easy to store, pack, and ship. So what did it take? 15 seconds to ship it? That's why you have to really evaluate when you buy big stuff. You have to be able to make money on it because it takes at least 10 minutes to ship. So, but these things, they take no time at all. Two ounces. Ship it out. So I'm a Christian, and I sell Bibles. Now, usually what happens, this is an Oxford Bible. Usually what happens, has a name on the front, but lo and behold, never used. It's never been used. So somebody has this Bible that's all worn out, and they want another one. You can't buy it. It's got a Christmas thing in here. Season's greetings to Angie. Anyways, I bought it for probably $4 or $5. Sold for $69. So it works, and it's easy to ship. And in this one, it's medium mail. So you ship it medium mail. You just put some bubbles around it and wrap it up, and you're ready to go. No problem at all. I'll show you how to ship it. So first I'll put some paper around it. So I think some people would say that I ship fast. I've been doing it for 20 years. So if you do it for that long, it's you do the same thing over and over, and you can ship pretty quickly. So on this one, I would use the industrial construction paper, like the ones I'll put a link in here and I'll show you at Home Depot. It's like $16, and you get a giant roll, and it lasts forever. I mean, you can ship all kinds of stuff, not only just books, but of course with books, in order to go medium mail, you can't use a priority mail box, so you have to use some paper. And another good thing about using the paper, it doesn't weigh anything, because a lot of times if you use a box, it puts you over the next threshold for the next item, and you don't want to do that. This blue tape isn't working very good for me. 2 pounds media. So it should about $3. And there you go. That's how you ship a book. So next up we have some Oakley sunglasses. These wireframe sunglasses. I got them in an estate sale. I think $5 each. I got 2 of them. One's a men's. This one sold $65. So I probably could just put up bubbles around this, but in order to make the customer feel better, I'll make a little triangulation box. And a little triangular box, and the triangle, it works really strong. So it won't collapse upon itself. So you can make a little cardboard box and then just put it in an envelope. So I'll just do that. And sometimes it's true that you spend a little more time if somebody spend a little more money. If it's a higher priced item, you can spend a little more time to, the box isn't going to be tall enough. Spend a little more time to make it nice. Sorry about that, so you can see. Just leave it open on the other end. It's not going to crush anything. I could ship it in this, but the label's not going to be very good, so I just use envelopes. And I use a lot of envelopes for first class stuff because, I mean, you wouldn't want to use a box. And the label and the envelopes you get at the estate sales for almost nothing. You get a whole big stack of envelopes for a few dollars. So you can buy the envelopes at the estate sales. So next up we have a couple cameras. I've been shooting photography for several years. I did weddings like crazy. Shooting professionally for quite a while. Now I just do it for friends and stuff. If I have a wedding, it's a friend of a friend or something. Because I can make way more money on eBay. So, but photography is still fun. Okay, so we have a Konica rangefinder camera. I think I bought it for $20, $15 or $20 at an estate sale. It's a nice rangefinder. If you could, the same one that's in a Nikon, or it looks like a fake Leica is what it does. If you could find a Leica that looks like that, you're up there. But this one sold $59. Not too bad. It's okay. And since it's so flat, I'll just ship it in a padded flat rate envelope, which is one of my favorites because it's inexpensive. It goes all the way across the country for $9. Inexpensive compared to other ones. if you ship it in a box. So usually what happens on my Mondays is I'll list in the morning. And I have another theory about listing on eBay. So there's our flat rate envelope right there, and the camera ready to go. So I have a theory about listing. It seems there's an algorithm that when you list more, they put your items up higher. Now, this is just a theory of mine, but that's what seems like it happens, because when I don't list anything that day, your sales drop. So if you list at least, I don't know, I think I listed probably 15 items today, 15 to 20 items today, and I have a bunch more to go from my excursion at the swap meet. I have a whole bunch of stuff to list, but I list in the morning, in the afternoon I'll ship. Sometimes if I got way too many items, I have to start in the morning, but I'd rather start around noontime. So there's that one. So next item, Canon AE1. Now this is from the 1980s, and a few years ago it was worth maybe $75. So there's been a resurgence in film photography, and I think the kids are doing the film. They want to have the film experience. So what's happened, I bought this one, I think I bought it for like $40, and it sold for $169. So the film stuff, I don't know, if you kind of need to know camera stuff, because you need to be able to test it, put new batteries in it, because this one, you know, batteries are always bad, so you need to put new batteries. And on this one, the battery case is on the side. You push this little notch opens up, and you change the battery there. It's not on the bottom like a lot of the cameras are. And this one, since they paid $169, because I could put it in a padded box, I could take the lens off and put it in a padded box, but I'm not going to do that. So the lens comes right off, and I can put it next to it, sideways like this, in a padded flat rate envelope. But since they paid $169, I will put it in a flat rate box. And this is kind of weird. There we go. Regional rate A. So our next item, Salad Master handle. I bought it for essentially nothing. It was in a big pile of stuff that I bought, and they just looked over it. So sold one, $34 for a Salad Master handle. Anything with Salad Master in the name, you should buy it. So, you know, when you get down to this stuff, it's very easy. You can't hurt these things. Just put it in the envelope. I mean, it takes 20 seconds, 30 seconds to ship. And you can make some good money. Good. I wish I had a whole load of them. I think I got 4 of these and 4 of the little side handles. And they're all selling for around $30-something each, so it's expensive stuff. But of course the pan itself sells for $500. I have a couple of pans left, so 7 ounces. Next up, we have a pair of brand spanking new Pentax binoculars. Brand new in the box, but it only sold for $29. So I think I paid $10 or $15 for it. And I mean, it's okay. I expected them to go much more. Retail's like $100, but it didn't happen. So it's all padded and stuff. So I'm gonna put this in a flat rate envelope. It's more than a pound. So yeah. Best binoculars, which I have found a few of, Zeiss and Leica, they go for way up there, and they're fantastic. And look through them. I'm a binocular connoisseur. I've been tempted to keep them, but I don't use them enough. We do bird watching and that kind of thing, but I don't use it enough to justify keeping a $300 or more pair of binoculars. So I sell it. A lot of times what I'll do is you trade up. If I have an older pair of binoculars that are not as good, I trade up for the newer ones, and then you have a new pair of binoculars for free and sell the old ones. About the same. Next up, I was hoping this would go better too. This is a Mats Jonasson, or Swedish reindeer art. It's glass. It's not plastic. It's glass. Only sold for $20. I was hoping for a lot more. It's real thick and it's real pretty. I guess because Christmas is coming up. It's November. Today's November 1st. So I guess that's why I finally sold. I've had it for a while. It's one of those things. I don't like my inventory to sit, but if it gets so low that I can't lower it anymore because the shipping outweighs the value of the item, I let it sit there, or after a while I either take it down and donate it, or I will lot it with something else, something similar. You can do that sometimes. When COVID struck, I ran out of stuff I sold all my stuff, and I started putting stuff together that I didn't sell before and all kinds of stuff like that. You get creative. So this will go in a padded envelope. Yes, I know it's glass. I'll wrap it a couple times. Should be fine. If I put it in a box, the box is going to cost $20. $18 anyways, or I guess they're $14 if you go flat rate, and it's going to Minnesota, across the country. Whenever you buy something, make sure to put into your equation the shipping cost, because if at all possible, selling on eBay, they're trying to, they can't compete with that at Amazon, but at least somewhat, and most Amazon items are free shipping. So you want to put free shipping on your items. Just put the cost of the shipping. We know it's not free. Just put the cost of the shipping into the item and ship it like that. So there you go. So next up, we have some neckties. Some Gianni Versace Italy-made neckties. Now, before COVID, when people were actually using neckties, you just roll them. You don't want to fold them, but you can roll them. Before COVID, one of these ties, $45 or so. I sold it $14. Not that great, but I got 3 of them. But I think I only paid $4 each or something. Didn't pay very much for them, so no big deal. Easy to ship, easy to pack. No problem. It used to be the ties did good. They're all the Jerry Garcia ties and Trump ties. All those did well, but now people are staying at home. They're not wearing suits, so therefore ties have gone down in price. Let me show you a little bit what I've got going. On my garage and my desk, I have two tape things. I got this one here works really good. You just do this little lever on the side. I got this at a estate sale. I don't know if you could buy it anymore. And my scale, it stays on all the time. So that's the one you want. You don't have to push it on every time you need to do something. This is inventory. All my boxes. I know it's a mess, sorry. More inventory over there, and more inventory over there. And I have inventory, small items in my office that I take pictures. I take pictures of big stuff with a table and a sheet out here. And I take pictures in a light room in my office. So that's it for today. I hope that you guys learned something. If you have questions, go ahead and send me a message, and I will answer them the best way I can. And we'll talk to you later.